All right, this lesson is on subtracting integers. You will find it on your reference pages are pages 29 through 33. And a lot of times people say there is no such thing as subtracting integers because what you end up doing is making some changes and following the rules for addition. So let's start. Two phrases that you can remember are add the opposite or leave, change, change. And I'll show you how both of them work, and you can decide which one works best for you. So when you come across a subtraction problem like negative 2 minus 3, I'm going to tighten this up a little bit for you, then you have to do two things. The first, it says add the opposite, and what that means is we change the subtraction sign to an addition sign, and we make the integer following the operation symbol its opposite. So this is a 3, so we would make it a negative 3. Then the third thing that you do is follow the rules for addition. And so addition says if the signs are the same, add them, find the sum, and use the sign. So this would be a negative 5. Now, a lot of people like leave, change, change. They say they remember that better. So I'm going to show you how that works. This says 2 minus 3. In leave, change, change, you leave the first integer, you change the operation symbol to an addition symbol, and you change the integer following that operation symbol to its opposite. So again, we would change that to a negative 3. Now what we have is to follow the rules for addition of integers. And what does that rule say? It says if the signs are different, find the difference. So I would subtract 3 from 2, and I would get 1. And then since 3 has the greatest absolute value and it's negative, my answer would be negative 1. That's the simple lesson for subtracting integers. So you can either use add the opposite if that makes more sense to you, or leave, change, change if that makes more sense. Okay. Pause the tape right now. Do your check for understanding, which is on page 31, 3 through 10, and then come back and I'll give you the answers. Okay, so on page 31, you had to do these problems. So it was 6 minus 2, and you changed it to 6 plus a negative 2, which your answer should have been 4. You had to change this 6 minus a negative 2 to 6 plus a positive 2. And let me just give you a little hint. Anytime you see two negatives together, the number is positive. Those negatives kind of cancel each other out. Two negatives make a positive. So that's a quick thing you can see. So if they're right beside each other. 6, this was 6 minus 2, and you had to change it to 6 plus negative 2. You got negative 8. This was 6 minus a negative 2. Did I write that one right? But it would be negative 4, or I just wrote the correct answer. This one's 2 plus negative 6, which equals negative 4. Then we got 2 plus 6, which equals 8. Negative 2 plus a negative 6, which equals negative 8. And negative 2 plus 6, which equals 4. Your classwork tomorrow will be page 31 through 33, 21 through 43 odd, 57 through 61 all, and 67 through 74 all. So you'll want to come in and get right to work tomorrow. If you have any questions about this, I'll see you in class tomorrow.